Before we dive into the shot heard round the world, make sure to subscribe, follow and hit that like button. Share this video with a fellow history buff and check the description to see how you can support the channel. Now, let's get into the revolution. By 1775, the relationship between Great Britain and its 13 North American colonies wasn't just strained, it was snapping. After the French and Indian War, Britain was buried in debt. Their solution? Tax the colonies. From the Stamp Act to the infamous Tea Act, the colonists' cry was no taxation without representation. Tensions boiled over in events like the Boston Massacre and the Boston Tea Party. Britain responded with the Intolerable Acts, closing Boston Harbor and stripping Massachusetts of self-government. The colonists didn't just want lower taxes, they wanted their rights as Englishmen. When those were denied, they began to see themselves as Americans. April 19, 1775. British redcoats marched on Concord to seize a rebel arms cache. At Lexington, a shot rang out. No one knows who fired first, but that single bullet ignited a global conflict. The early years were rough. George Washington was appointed commander-in-chief of a ragtag continental army that was undersupplied and often barefoot. But the tide shifted on July 4, 1776, when the Second Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence. It turned a civil uprising into a war for a new nation, founded on the radical idea that all men are created equal. The British had the world's most powerful navy, but the Americans had home field advantage and a stubborn will to endure. The turning point came in 1777 at the Battle of Saratoga. This massive victory convinced France that the rebels actually had a shot. King Louis XVI entered the war, providing the ships, money and troops the Americans desperately needed. While Washington's men suffered through the brutal winter at Valley Forge, they emerged as a disciplined force thanks to training from Baron von Steuben. The end came in 1781 at Yorktown. Trapped between Washington's army and the French fleet, British General Cornwallis was forced to surrender. 2 years later, the Treaty of Paris officially recognized the United States as a free and independent nation. The American Revolution didn't just create a country, it sparked a wave of democratic movements across the globe. It proved that a group of determined colonies could take on an empire and win. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to check out our other videos on world history. We'll see you next time.